Can you hear me okay? Hopefully. I have to stay quiet. I still have 5 minutes. That's what happens when you're early to things. Or mean either way. Welcome to reality. When I'm late, I'm late. When I'm early, it's too early. Hello, early people. I'm going to tell secrets for 5 minutes so the people that are late feel bad next time. You said make it even. I'm trying. I said don't be mean too, so. I can't do everything. The early bird gets the worm. Who'd we catch? Yeah, narcissistic abuse, remember? The early bird gets the worm. So I asked who he caught. Because some of you narcissists are worms. Some of you are snakes. Right? Right. Did you and Empathy Bear brainstorm some get-rich-quick scheme, like you said? No, like I told you, I'm going to start charging Molten for these sessions. I know the live streams are free. Yeah, it brings up a good point. Did you think I was joking? I see somebody outside of the park with a camera. You think I'm going to do what? You accused me of being what? Telling me I should stay away from children so you can get away? How many times did I tell you? I'm not joking. If you start getting investigated for taking pictures of children, I couldn't care less. You look at my face and remember my name. When I moved in, go. I couldn't care less. 6 years. Where did you hear the word narcissist? I opened the business on Netherwood. That's all. Did you see the video today? Why do you think I had to record my mother? Do you understand? I saw you posted about doing story reposts for money. That's a great idea. You can make some real money. Why are you telling me about? Is that legitimate to you? Do you make a living on Instagram? Do you make a living being an influencer? Why are you? I don't understand why. Let me hear why. Why are you talking about Twitch? Tell me, explain this. You are going to do it. Wow, I'm actually on time. Well, people like you, right? I'm on time. I had to go smoke so I'm not nauseous during the live stream. Excuse me for having lifelong nausea that I can't control. Can you imagine this? Victims. Your mother is the one, right, who caused the problem. You have anxiety because she's the one who caused it. You have no friends because she caused it. And then they're coming onto the live stream, right? They want clout. That is the reality. What do you think an extension of themselves means? They want you to put on a good show and make them look good. What do you think that means about narcissistic mothers? What do you think control means? They shouldn't have children. What do you think all of that means? When I said all of that in all those videos and you were getting mad. Yeah, they're all still on YouTube, right? Your sons aren't your husbands. What do you think all of that was? How do you think I started the business? Because what? How do you think I just one day, I just heard the word narcissist? I knew what it was. Narcissistic abuse. How do you think I started this business? A narcissistic abuse recovery life coach in 2019 in Malton. Do you see all these comments? Why did you record your mother? Did you break the restraining order? This is why I'm here for 6 years, right? This is what you've been doing with the police and with court. Calling people, calling on people, false accusations. How did I have a no contact? Why couldn't I come back? How did they get to steal all my stuff? You're using property removals, right? Rentals, anything you could get. Where are your husbands and wives? You were getting divorces and using the police for what? Using court for what? This is why you're all here talking about what? You want to run businesses where? This is what you're telling me. You're running out and doing what? Just like which one? Which one is a business? Your charities, under the table making money. You don't catch up because tax time didn't come yet. They won't check, right, until you do your taxes. So you can pretend and get away just like you've been doing. How many charities did I post? So go ahead. That same one by one. If he's one person. Yeah. All the years you've been telling me about mine. I want to hear this. It says he's president and CEO. So go ahead. Let me hear this. How does it work differently from me? Yeah, it's probably lightning. Did you hear the rain? The flash outside my window. I like rain and thunder and lightning. That's why my window's open. I like being outside when it's raining. I told the landlord, I demanded him, give me a remote control so I can turn that light off at the building, but he wouldn't do it. I don't know what's wrong with him. Do you know who the landlord is? Yeah. Oh, she posted on Facebook? I think it's the security light for over their door where they go in, with the key. That building 2 over there, the problem building. Who is the landlord? I don't know. Let's go stand outside the rental office till morning. They're closed, right? 9 o'clock? 9:30? Oh. Yeah, she's going to come see me right now from the rental office. Apartment 47. Are they still giving away free ice cream? No, I told them to take it back. I told them to charge you all for the ice cream. Did you sign up for internet? I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying and not saying anymore. What's promotion and what's... I know I live in the building and I like it in my apartment. What are you laughing at? Which one changed? Do you have any idea? Which one changed? All those comments about the P-trap. You want to tell the landlord what that had to do with the building? What that had to do with me? If I moved in here and that's the bathroom, how many times did I go over that? You actually listen to yourself? Yeah, another point I want to go over. When I had all those events set up for kids at the park, the same park where the guy was set up with a tripod taking pictures of little children today. When I had all the events and I had the balloons tied to the bench, the dinosaur eggs, the hatching dinosaur eggs, the dog toys, all those events I had, what did you do to me? Well, I shouldn't say nothing today when I see a strange man with kids taking pictures, a tripod? Well, I'm sorry. I live in a different world than you, buddy. It's my name. How many times? So nothing. Where does that guy live in this building? You calling my name way too much. What did I tell you? Where did you hear the word? NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissist. Toxic, sure, why not? Amy, I'm stuck out in the rain. I'm going to melt. Like I told you, right? One of these days you're going to learn. I spent 3 months, how many months? In the middle of winter outside. Frostbite, right? Actual frostbite. My fingers falling off. You what? Go, let's hear you what? A joke? When I say I want to close the food bank so you'll learn how entitled you are? How pathetic? Which one? Okay, let's go over reality. How many mothers and sons are narcissistic if the other people in Malton take a good look? How many do you think are narcissistic mothers and sons? Their sons still live with them, still under their control, whether they know it or not. If you're the girlfriend or wife, you'd still understand, right? You'd still know it. So let's be real. How many? How would the girlfriends and wives know? Because you're supposed to be the wife, but they still, whatever you want to call it, have attachment or listen to their mother, right? The mother still has control. If you have kids, how many times did I tell you? I can't do all the generations and everything at once, right? You got to work on which one? The victim who's trying to change it? Then focus. I sound mean. I'm scaring people. That's the whole point of why you have actual abusers here. And I'm scaring actual victims with my voice. And you think I'm going to put up with that? When people are coming on trying to get help and then deleting comments, the whole point is you're supposed to be able to talk, right? Don't silence victims. How many times did I say that? You're actually coming on here and scaring the victims from talking and getting help and asking me questions. I'm not going to put up with that. I told you that. I will make up for it. What are we doing here? 6 years. Let me hear again. If it was the mothers. Amy, sometimes you sound like a broken record. Good. Now, why is it you can't hear me if I sound like a broken record? Why do I have to say it twice? You silence victims by disabling comments on Instagram. Well, next time, when I say go and get them, you'll learn. The first time, right? Why did I disable them? You kept commenting? Kept commenting what? Does it make you feel bad to roll cigarette butts to smoke? Why don't you just buy cigarettes or rolling tobacco? Well, that's real good. Because cigarettes cost $15 a pack, right? I don't have $15 every day to buy cigarettes, so I roll them because it only costs me the tobacco, which I get from my mother, right? Because my brother smokes. And zigzags, a pack of zigzags costs how much? $4? So where do you think I'm going to get $15 every day on ODSP to buy a pack of smokes if I buy a small pack? Why I don't feel bad rolling cigarette butts? Where do you get $15 every day if you're on ODSP to buy cigarettes? Or how much ever a large pack is? Or if you smoke what you smoke a day? Yeah, go. All of Malton. Let's hear. You get $5 cigarettes so you never have to worry? It is a joke. You're sitting here telling people to get a job when you don't understand those $5 cigarettes are why the gas stations don't make money because you're cutting into their sales? You what? Go, let's hear this again, mouth. All you have is mouth, mouth, mouth every corner. But if somebody actually looks you in the eye and makes you responsible, what? You get a group to attack me? That's done. I told you. It's not going to take me long. Let me make sure I have both of them. Maybe I lost one. Thanks. Either way. Yeah, the point is real victims who need help. 6 years, where was I? In a homeless shelter. When I moved back to Malton, what did you do? All of Malton Neighborhood Services in Malton. They didn't want me in the mall. They don't want me in Malton. Don't use Malton. What? Why was that? What's your favorite personality disorder? NPD, BPD, OCD, ADHD, or other? See, things like that. What are you here for? I have complete control of my girlfriend's bank account. I can withdraw her money whenever I want. No smokes, no problem. Let me hear again why you're here when you should be in jail. They who? Take it as a joke. My personal favorite is BPD, which everyone seems to have these days. Why don't you explain it, Momo, what BPD is? You can type it in and I'll read it out. I don't know what you watch, but I'm not going to do an episode on BPD for anybody. Explain what BPD is. You came here for what? They want to talk about narcissistic mothers and why they destroy their daughters and children. What is it they need? They have no feelings, no heart. You keep comparing what? Why do you keep bringing up my mother? I told you, I have a business for all victims. My mother has nothing to do with my business, does she? So what? Let's go back to Alicia. I babysat for your daughter. You have 3 children and a husband. Let's go back to my sister, Anne-Marie. You are living with your mother and father right now, your sister and brother. You have 3 children. You were married, right? Nobody's lying anymore. You what? I'm not going over the word scapegoat. I opened the business. You are going to go over the word scapegoat. All of Malton, starting tonight. We'll start with narcissistic mothers, if that's what it takes, right? Narcissistic daughters, narcissistic sons. Why do you keep talking back to me? Say it again. For 6 years. Malton moms what? Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Let me hear this again. I spent 6 years homeless. How many false police calls? What is who doing? They who? You want to go over all the children you killed? Okay, let's go address the Malton moms. What did you do in your group? You were in what school and you did what? They're going to take responsibility. I want to hear why you're calling my name and why I shouldn't have you put in jail. Go ahead. That's the same library, Malton Neighborhood Services, the same mall. What did you do? They what? Let me hear. 2018, what happened? Did you have homeless people? Before the shooting at Darcel. That's the same community center. That's the same Malton Neighborhood Services. So where did they go then? If it was refugees coming in, newcomers, asylum claimants, whatever you want to call them, Isn't that where they went? To the same Walton Neighborhood Services right there? So tell me in 2018, 2017, what happened if they were homeless? This is your pattern. Go ahead. What are they doing outside here? Yeah, now your turn. Explain it. You what? That's the same community center, Malton Community Center, Malton Library, Malton Neighborhood Services. Go for it. What does that have to do with my life? Amy, do you hate immigrants? Let's ask Blossom at the community center. Let's ask Natalie Hart, the new counselor who was the BIA manager, if they hate immigrants. Let's ask Carolyn Parrish, the mayor, if she hates immigrants. Count the days again. That was 2019. You what? Every time you say the word you, I told you. One of you is going to stand up. They forgot? Well, try before COVID. No, it's not too long. How many times? I started the business in 2019 on Netherwood. We're in Galway. Where do you live? At the mall? Oh, you live in the buildings in Darcel? Well, let's hear. Did you work in Jack and Jill with me? Since we're all caught up, catching up Malton? Did you work in the Westwood Mall? I told you, you can't change reality. You keep calling who now? If I did what to this garbage? Go, let me hear you what? Let me hear. They who? One by one. Let me hear which one of them. I'm going to take a picture so everybody can see. Yeah, they're going to tell Jonathan Davis if this is what they were doing, right? And he died by accident. They're going to go and tell him no. Yeah, since you're the same people. Why don't you call again? You who? If I said the left. No, we're going to go over where you started commenting on people's, who gave you the privilege to do that? Go. We're going to stop it now. Let me hear you. What did you do to the mayor? I have all the time in the world. Is there a limit? Like I said, if it goes off, if it stops, I can't do anything, right? They want to go over. Let's go over. Go ahead, the school board. Systemic racism. Let me hear. What was the first meeting? When did you go into the school board meeting and tell them? After the post with the little boy? What did you do? The teacher was what? They don't understand reality. They understand what? That when you give somebody money, they have to do taxes? Where do you think that money goes? What are you talking about? Donation buttons. What do you think happens when you donate that money? That's not a business? You think that's free money? You don't think they have to claim taxes for all that money? Yeah, and how do you think they calculate all of that? How do you think they keep track? They print it? Yeah, all of you, 6 years minimum. Minimum 6 years. What are you telling me about donations? Yeah, I said right here. Influencers, all of you. Twitch, all of them. Let me hear. What do you do with all that money? How do you think you YouTube? Sure. Did you claim it all? Every penny? When you did your taxes? It is a business. What do you think it is when you make that money? Well, do you see the problem if I'm telling Malton this today? Yeah? As long as it's all on record. Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach, nonprofit organization CEO. Apartment 47. Do you want to go look up starting a business now and the business rules and tax rules when you do your taxes for Twitch and online businesses, right? Or which one? Enterprises? Which kind of business? Business from your house? Oh, tell us again. What kind of business? Yeah, keep commenting, keep cussing me here and see when I find you in Malton. I told you this is going all on YouTube. Every single time I told you. You want to come here, something happens to you. You called the police on me and told them I had drugs in here. Not one of you in Malton. Why? Let me hear this again. Why do you think if you go to jail, you're going to call my name again? Much less come on my live stream and start commenting, and you won't pay for it. Well, let me hear about what? And then you're going on about renovations and P-trap, and I have what in my apartment? What's going to happen? I still, right? Have to put in an order to get my drain from my bathtub. I still can't take a shower properly, right? Yeah, let me hear about you again. Start with from the day I moved in. I'm one person, Amy Seukeran. And now what? Maybe you could take the land to a small claims court and make some money. Do you understand garbage building? Is that what you've been doing? You don't understand? Yeah, I want to hear you. Why are you laughing? Let me hear you what? You want to understand what kind of building this is? Welcome. Let's go over. I moved in January 31st, 2024. Now let me hear what I moved in to a building with. By the way, speaking of, yeah, that girl that said hi to me, that always says hi to me on the trail. Speaking of, do you understand when I say if I ask, why I don't ask certain people? Once I know, I know. Are you starting to catch on to this, Malton? If her mother or her father or her whatever turn out to be abusers, what's going to happen? In reality, go ahead. You want to stop people from coming here to get help for what? So let me hear this again. If she says hi to me as what? Yeah, I want to hear as what? Yeah, explain now. Well, let's go. Olive Moulton. Why does she say hi to me? Because she knows me from where? If I ask how old she is, she looks like a child, a girl. Well, not child, but why I had to separate children and adults in Malton. The men, the creatures, the animals. I live in building 1. I saw her today. She lives at the end of the trail. Building 4, 3, one of those. Yeah, everybody should know this because, like I said, when I do something, I'm not explaining it anymore. When I gave out all of those free things, the children here, the girls here, what did you tell who? They couldn't have it because what? That is the reality. Let me hear again. You wanted to go do what? You wanted to go give them toys? So when she says hi to me, how bad do you think I feel that she didn't get any of those things? Those 2 girls at least. The little girl here, the little boy with the Halloween bag. I still see him. He was the one with the 2 girls there that day under the tree. So how bad do you think I feel when I can't even make sure they have 3 things I'm giving out? This is reality. Where do you live? They who? Now the comments. Could be life changing. Guess we will never know. The lease included a broken shower. Amy, can you put your hat on for the live stream? She sounds like a nice woman. You might be able to make a friend because she is a kind person from seeing you previously on the trail. Some people say hello as a kind gesture to people in their community. Sometimes I say good morning to people. It's just a nice gesture. Don't Jonathan Davis the girl because she's saying hi. Do you think your content is child friendly? I don't think you owe her anything because she said hi. Now you get a good idea of my world? Some people say hello as a kind gesture to people in their community. Sometimes I say good morning to people. It's just a nice gesture. When I moved into this building, that's how all of you attacked me because I said good morning and hello to people. I was sitting on the rock and you were walking your dogs. Another comment says, I don't think you owe her anything because she said hi. Why would I owe her anything? If that is a girl, how old do you think she is? If that's a 13-year-old girl, she saw me because she was going to school in the morning. Do you understand what you're doing here? When I tell you you're the adults, you're the children? What are you doing to my phone right this minute? Why? Why are you texting my phone? Don't Jonathan Davis the girl because she's been saying hi. What you don't understand is I'd like to Jonathan Davis the 4 buildings for doing that to the girl. Are you listening? Then nothing. All of your mouths are going to get somebody in trouble, is what I keep explaining to you. Why? Why do you keep running your mouths about people? Do you think your content is child friendly? I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery life coach. You are the mothers and fathers abusing your children. I'm supposed to be making it child friendly for the victims, but the mothers want the credit and they want to go get the money. They want to show people how nice they are, right? That they're not abusers. They don't abuse their children. I'm not in any predicament. I'm not lying for any of you. What do you think empathy bear is for? Do you want to go over the word empathy again while we're all here and you're insulting him? Yeah, you can get a better sense of what's in your head. You cuss and smoke drugs on camera a bit too much. I wouldn't let my kids watch this. It's 013 at the very least. I'd like to meet you in person and your kids. I have your name. Take a good look. I'm in 47. You think you're going to go somewhere, Malton? Every single day when you wake up in the morning, all 4 buildings, you're going to wake up to me. You cuss and smoke drugs on camera a bit too much. I wouldn't let my kids watch this. It's 013 at the very least, PG-13. Just separate me, right? All of everywhere. You are the mother or the parent. You wouldn't let your kid watch this. Just make sure you stay away from me, right? Because my job is a narcissistic abuse recovery life coach. Yeah. Do you want the name? Isn't that nice? They even got the spelling of my last name right. Seema? Is that it? Seukeran? That's the commenter who just told me, you cuss and smoke drugs on camera a bit too much. I wouldn't let my kids watch this. It's 013 at the very least, PG-13. Yeah, let me hear you one more time. Where'd you hear the word narcissist? For all the mothers. 6 years in Malton. My whole life in Malton. Go for it. The whole world. because they're going to change it today. Amy, when are you going to do vape reviews? Didn't I tell you this already? I have Cancel. That's a certificate to work in the store. You mothers went and gave your kids vape. How old are they? For what? Mental health? Are they addicts now? So who thought about that before, that they'd get addicted if they're underage? You forgot when I came here? So let me hear again. Who taught you how to use a vape pen? How old do you have to be? Why don't I use a vape pen? Because of addiction? How much does a cartridge cost? Who wants to catch up? Mental health? Mental health and addictions? Okay, go ahead. Let me hear then. How many years have you been giving children vape pens? Yeah, much less adults, sure. Are they addicts since you had 6 years experience? Well, it's how much a cartridge? I don't buy it. I can't afford it. Let me hear you. They who? You're talking about what drugs do to your brain, right? What it does to kids. So go ahead. How long were they smoking reefer? What did that do to their brains? Yeah, you're going to explain now how it's different. Go start with Molten. Remember, it's not legal everywhere in America, right? When they legalized in Canada, they legalized every province at the same time, which was why we were so proud and happy, right? Why we were so ahead and advanced. Because when Canada legalized it, it was everywhere, all the provinces at once. Right now, America, how many? I don't know if anybody knows or cares, but do you remember when I was so happy? I was laughing because New York legalized it. One of the biggest places. That's why I was laughing at them, because they're supposed to be America, and we did that years ago. Well, like I said, you kind of helped dragging you down. You're Canada there. So do you know how many now in America where it's legal? I still don't know why they're laughing. Oh, go ahead. Ask your friends. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Ask your friends if they know how many places in America it's legal right now. Oh, good. They want. For 6 years, you've been demanding, right? You had a group of how many women? How many times did I tell you? 800 women. You can control all of them? Let me hear again why you're calling my name. You did the same thing. Demanding, entitled what? What are you entitled to? How many times in the homeless shelter? You guys were sitting in the room, locked in the room all day, laying in bed. Yeah, who gave you that privilege? Go ahead. Why were they calling the police on you? Why were you locking yourselves in the bathroom? You were entitled to stay where? Yeah, keep talking about blatant violation of the lease while you're... No. Every time you call my name, everybody... You're going to learn once and for all. This is not call for shelter. I told you. I'm not blessing. I'm not your mother. I'm not your father. I have no reason not to put you in jail. Do you look like you're living in here? Do you see yourself living in here? You're coming in the visitor parking 4 o'clock in the morning. I can't open this window when I'm nauseous. I can't go throw up because of you. Show me again why I shouldn't demolish you, send you back to the shelter. Go, let me hear. When you're go getting housing, what's going to happen when you get a house? I told you I'm going to come and destroy it. So let me hear the routine, the pattern now, what you think is going to end it. They what? I told you. You hiding under whose skirt? I'm one person. You're running around in groups. Why? Let me hear why. I'm living in the stairwell. I broke the lock so I can come and go whenever I please and invite whoever I want. I love this building. Now go ahead. Let me hear. I'm recording without consent? What should I do? Put the knife in you? Why? You're living in the stairwell. You broke the lock so you can come in whenever you want. Let me hear why. came to visit. Are you triggered? Why? Why are you triggered by him? Are you a victim of what? You're going to explain it now. Go ahead. Let me hear about you one more time. Go, let me hear. Why? They're commenting. I leave garbage in the hallway. I don't even care. Yeah, you're going to show the management tomorrow. You're going to show them why. Do you? I had to get my lock changed on the front door. Why don't you explain why? When I got the health inspection, why didn't you explain why? When did the ants show up in my apartment? They don't just appear out of nowhere. Why didn't you explain that to them? Make sure. Tomorrow morning, right? Monday morning. Back to what? Financial abuse? Why I bought him for $2? Because somebody had to get rid of him. Just think about this. 6 years. How many people ended up dead? The Molten Moms has a group of how many? You want to play with me? $850 members, a private group. Why don't you go and find out now when they made their group private? Nobody's joking with any of you. You go and find out when they made the group private. You're going to check everything. I don't care if you see it. You know where Facebook is. Every word. Every day of my life. I was born April 26, 1979. Every single word from the day this group opened. Do you understand English now? 850 members, a private group. Nobody can join, right? You go and find out now when they did that. See where it says private? Are you seeing this? Are you understanding this? Yes? Say who again? Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach, Canada. Do what? Do you see mine now? Are we all clear who I am? This is just Facebook. They need it. They need it? Which one of you needs it? Good timing. You see the date on the page there? March 13th, 2019, creation date. Creation date, the date I created the business page. Do you? You see that? Everybody can do that, right? On Facebook. Everybody in the world can go and see that. Right? Everybody can see that. Why is your group closed? This is my YouTube channel on YouTube. Same person, right? These are the live stream you keep coming on. Same person. Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach. Got it? Same person, me. This is Twitter. Same person, me. Got it? Instagram. Is the lighting on? What are you going to wait for? When Instagram opened? I told you I'm 46. You what? You only see them on Instagram? And what? You tell us, and what? It's private. Private because only members can view it, but I think anyone can join. Can you imagine? They're telling me about Facebook groups. Where did you get women helping women? Where do you think you got all those online social media manager jobs from if you weren't on my phone? Well, how do you think all the Epicure consultants and Sunset Gourmet went stealing from each other if you weren't breaking into people's phones? Yeah, I want to hear why you're telling me about Facebook groups. When what? You see the join group button right there. It's private because only members can view it, but I think anyone can join it. Okay, let's go back to mine. If I go into my life coach page, right, and I have a group, I don't know what is wrong with you. This is the one I opened a couple years ago. You see that? See the difference? This is the other one I had when I came to Malta 6 years later, after 6 years of being homeless. You see where it says public group there? You see that? How it says public group? Malton Moms is private. Public means anyone can see what's there. You see the difference now? That says public group, not private. Do you understand now? Why are you laughing? It's kind of like this, right? My groups. See that one? Women helping women entrepreneurs. Like if you were what? Following my groups? Yeah, what other groups did you see? Well, think about 6 years, right? If you were doing this to me. When? When? My name doesn't change, right? If what? I turned into somebody else? Well, let's look at the date on it here. What does that say here? I'll try to show you the best I can. You see the date there? I want you to read it. If if yeah, some of them, Angie Atkinson's group Spanily asked you questions, right? Because it's a group for victims of abuse. I don't know why Malton moms would ask questions and why they ask questions. So that just proved, right? Where did they get that idea from to close the group and ask questions? I'm not laughing. If she's still dead, Angie Atkinson, do I look like I'm laughing? Okay, let me hear then. Who makes up the questions? So when did they close the group? What's the worst that could happen if we're all on the same page? That's Pampered Chef. That was Sunset Gourmet and Epicure. Then you find the date. 6 years, right? You can't change where I lived when I started the business. I told you that was Netherwood. 1979. Good. Yeah, 1979 it started. How old were you? Yeah, my friend Sam Backman, he's counting how old he was in 79. Because he wants to sell Avon like this. What does it say? I don't know, this one for fun. Like if they saw that, they who was right. Like what? You close the group so people can't see what you're doing, right? Why are you laughing? If you all took it from my phone, why do you think you have closed groups? Let's just take a peek at this one. This is the same website, Pampered Chef, my business, right? Okay, let's look at that date. What does that say? Can you see the date? And who does that look like? Just showing you the dates on them, right? When? What does that look like? The dates aren't going to change, bud. That look like the same basement? My mother's house, the same basement door behind me? That was after I came out of the hospital, right? When? When was the date? Etobicoke. We'll check them later. Just make sure you're looking. Yeah, we're gonna go over the post. What it says, just so you understand, right? I can't change them any more than you can. Yes. What is the date today? 5 years later. I made this up too. What do you think that meant? Anybody watching it today? Who knows where I live? Why I keep asking them, why do I live in this building now if you didn't do it? How about that one? Is that okay? September 26, 2020. What's the date on it? Good morning. Abusers win if you let them. As many times as you try to silence me, I will survive and thrive. Stay strong. Have a great day and don't forget to smile. Oh, I'm sure it's still on Facebook, right? If you look it up. That's my new one. Same person, just in case. We're trying to catch everybody up, right? At once. So I guess that's got to be it. And my phone is a flip phone. Do you understand that? My phone is a flip phone, right? It flips closed. I don't know if you realize that. That's what I have. So when that's the line you keep seeing in the middle, if you never realize that. Anyway, that's why I've had it too long and it's flipped too many times. So that's the last one. Same person. Me. Yeah, 6 years, right? Catching up the whole world. How many people now are narcissistic abuse recovery life coaches? How many people are life coaches? How many in Canada? And how many in Malton? To believe which one? Just the Malton Moms group? A start? Why would I? You were so much nicer back then. Oh, that's real good. I was nicer than what? What does I was nicer mean? How do you get a phone like that? Well, my contract was up with Freedom. So that was one of the options. You know how you can get like a 2-year plan and you can pay every month for the phone? That's how I got it. It's just on the bill. I pay monthly. It doesn't always work because if I break it, I still have to pay for it for 2 years and I have no phone. So that's why this time I got the flip right because I broke a lot of screens. Might as well. Why? Why shouldn't I explain it? Do you know how many screens I broke? What is your phone right now? The big one like this and you just put it in your back pocket and sit on it? Well, I broke too many screens, right? They were cracked and what are you going to do with the phone? So this time I said, okay, that's smart. They made new ones and my screen Now I just cracked this one. I don't know if you can see that, but so yeah. Not to say, no matter what you do, you use your phone. Where do you put it? You put it in your purse. You're not supposed to put this in your electronics. I don't know if you ever noticed, but if I put this by my ear, it sticks to my earrings. Why? 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 I show people these things. If metal ruins your phone, it's going to destroy it. You put it in your purse with keys. Where do you put it? In your back pocket? Where do you keep your phone? If it's which kind? They only had the green one when I went to get it. They had purple and other colors. But if you can see it, this is what they consider the color. This is mint green. That's the back. So if you ever saw a choice of colors, black and silver and purple, this is the mint green. Didn't matter to me because I can always get a case if it bothered me. Purple would have been nice. Yeah, that was Westwood Square. That Freedom where I got it. A long, long time ago. That's cool, but I'm not broke, so I have an iPhone. Do you know I never bought an iPhone? Because you can't change the battery. I used to have an Android, right? And when the battery dies or the phone dies, you can replace the battery. If you needed a SIM card or memory cards, you just put those in, right? You didn't have to deal with only 8 gigabytes because the phone was just whatever you bought. Do you remember that with Apple? You had to buy 16 or 8 or 32. Yeah, well, I'm not a millionaire, so I bought the Android where I could just put more memory by putting a card in. So I used the memory cards to get 32 gigabytes. So I didn't have to buy a whole new Apple phone, iPhone, whatever it is. Sorry. Teach their own. Also, with like charger cords and stuff like that, you know how you had to only go to the Apple store? You had no other option. Well, those weren't options for me, so that's why I never had Apple and iPhone, in case you wondered. Well, let's go into Apple iPhone, right? That's the Apple brand computers. So all of that is their branding, that's their products, right? Apple. You understand that? iPhone. All of those products are from Apple. Maybe I'm explaining it to some people. Do you remember what cell phones? A cell phone or a smartphone? What year did phones get internet on them where you had your internet and browser on your phone? What year was that? When they got screens? When did they get screens? Cell phones. What year did they get screens on them? The cell phones. I told you all ages, right? So we got to catch everybody up. They got to start thinking about who they're talking to. What age? Mm-hmm. Is that what an influencer does? They teach you that Apple's the best because what? Why is iPod the best? Why is iPhone the best? The image, the branding. That's the brand you have to have because that's what makes you cool. Which one? It has all the features. Like what? Oh, because it gives you clout. Well, that's branding, right? That's why influencers are paid to influence you to buy a certain brand. That's why they get paid to influence you to buy their brand. Like the YouTube ads, like all the Instagram ads. That's how they kind of generated the whole YouTube, the whole of social media. Why do you think Instagram was made? For what reason? Instagram is based on pictures, right? You can add words. What was Twitter? Do you remember Twitter? You could only add 40 characters. You couldn't write anything. You could just do what on Twitter? When someone has an Android, I can tell they are beneath me on the socioeconomic ladder. And when someone asks you to use their phone to make a phone call and you say no, just remember that. Let's go over where. Do you know where there are any payphones in Malton? A payphone where you can put a quarter in and make a phone call? No, I'm not joking. Anybody know? Yeah, I will put it up. A payphone, a phone booth, a payphone where you can put a quarter in and make a phone call in Malton. I will go make a video. I am not joking. I'm asking everybody. A payphone. Yeah, do you understand what a payphone is? Where if you're stranded, if you're a female stuck here because you got human trafficked, you can go to a phone booth and put a quarter in and call for help. Well, let's focus. That's what I'm working on. Probably at the Malton Ghost Station. Thank you. Yeah, every night, remember? From McDonald's to Vanguard Tim Hortons. Where do you think the ghost station was when I passed by? What do you think all those people do standing there waiting for the bus? Why do you think they're waiting for the bus? Because it was winter? Because they had nowhere to go? I did that every night for how long? Call collect. That's real good. Call collect means you call someone and you ask them to pay for it. What are you going to do if they say no? Call collect. They're laughing like it's really a joke. When I tell you you're entitled and pampered, you have no idea what reality is. No offense, honey. Known as human trafficking, you sweetie pie. That's real good. You every day in Malton now. I promised you. Take your medication. Just remember my face, Malton. They wanted and they got. For 6 years, you got whatever you wanted, right? I wasn't here. Amy, why did you tell the men to wear skirts to the live stream? What did that mean? I don't know. Take a good look around you. Take a good look around me. I'm a 46-year-old single female in my own apartment. Narcissistic abuse recovery life coach for 6 years. You what? Why did I tell the men to wear skirts to the live stream? What are you doing on it? Commenting about what right now? Why did I ask them to wear skirts? What men? You're what? Telling me about making money how? Oh, go ahead. What time is it? 10:22 p.m. on a Sunday night. I'm doing a free live stream for victims of narcissistic abuse. You're sitting here telling me about human trafficking. No offense, honey. No one is going to human traffic you, sweetie pie. She hasn't screwed in years. No, I want them to understand. I want everybody in Malton to understand this and see this. That's their solution. No, I want everybody, especially those little girls. Go, let me hear you. Or are you lesbian? That's real good, isn't it? They've been teaching pride. Yes, you are going to finally take credit for it and take responsibility for it. Look at me again. Am I going to turn into somebody else? Girl, you're my entertainment. It's like reading the morning newspaper. Well, that's what I think about when I see the Jonathan Davis story now. It's just like entertainment. I'm telling you to make money by doing Instagram story posts or paid cameos. It's a genius idea, right? Guaranteed to make money. And I'm telling you, you can't be living in reality. Why are you talking to me? Same Malton Moms, right? Same community center. These are charities making money, right? What's the excuse now? When what? It's individual? It's them and children's services and their child? Which one? Take a shot whenever Amy mocks a dead teenager. Oh, that's going to be a real good one. Hey, let's go back to Malton when I was a teenager. I want to play this game. Let's start with Chris Birch. Hey, Mary. Do you know how he died? Well, Mary worked with me and Jack and Jill, right? What year? Chris Birch used to come to my house, right? Me and my brother, and hang out there. So I don't know what the story is. What do you know? Yeah, they were worried. If he was my first kiss before Daniel Drummond. Well, now everybody knows, right? Maybe Daniel can rest in peace. You can't ask him. He's still dead. He said take a shot whenever Amy mocks a dead teenager. So go for it. You want to go over again what I just said? I worked with Mary, his mother, in Jack and Jill. Vicky was his sister, right? That you keep telling me Daniel was dating or flirting with at Ascension? Are you catching on? She has grandkids now that my niece and nephew played with because they lived together on Bonaventure. They live close to each other. My niece and nephews, right? Grandchildren. You sitting here, what? How many what? If his mother and my mother still talk to each other right this minute on the phone, what do you want from me? That's what I'd like to know. Why don't we ask Monique and Shauna? If everybody knew him, why are you telling me about it? Well, what? I don't think it's going to change if I started dating Daniel in December. Which one do you think is going to change? If school started in September, how did I meet Chris Birch? Hello? Oh, yeah, you're still up? You have? Okay. I'm coming. I'll leave in a couple minutes then. All right. Thank you. Bye. Alrighty. Well, with that, I guess I'm going to end the live stream for now. Go do what I got to do. Well, everybody's got to sleep, right? Got to cater to everybody because nobody else is going to do it for me. So, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I hope you learned something. Yeah, I'll try to make videos, right? We always do that. I got to walk and go do what I got to do. Like I said, feel free to watch. Keep your questions, write them down for the next live stream. Hopefully tomorrow on Monday. Where's the thunder? What comes first, thunder or lightning? Okay, I guess I just got the answer. Lightning first, then the thunder. Thanks, Mother Nature. Enjoy your night, Molten.